Welcome back, business owner. What is the best interview question to ask when hiring? So my name is Desmond Soon. I'm an associate with Spurrell & Associates. I'm also an entrepreneur, a serial entrepreneur. Josh here is founder of Spurrell & Associates, Canada's most top-rated CPA and most sought-after CFO, fractional CFO Services, and business consultant. Now, in this series, we want you, the business owner, to feel comfortable. In fact, we're shooting 100 videos, and I'm going to be quoting off some manuscripts from Josh's upcoming book. We want you to feel comfortable. Feel like you're joining us here in the office or wherever we are on set, and we're talking about the myths, the things that cause business owners to end up in the 96%. You know, the ones that you hear about all the time that end up failing? You don't want to be that. And so Josh and I, over the years, Josh has got about 23 years, about thereabouts of combined business experience. Before he was a CPA, he was a construction business owner. And myself, I've been a serial entrepreneur with numerous businesses. Some failed, some are doing very well. And combined, we're here to share our experiences with you. So Josh, welcome to the show again. And if you haven't done so, check out some of the other videos up here or subscribe. Click the subscribe button. Josh, can you talk about the best interview question? You have this in your manuscript as myth number 85.
So, people think that there's going to be this series of brain teaser questions that's going to magically tease out the right employee, right? Okay. And even more absurd is they think that there's going to be a series of brain teaser questions. They're going to make the one or two or three people that they're only meeting mold them into a good employee, right?
Correct.
First thing you have to do is check out our other video about why to do the group interviews.
In fact, This is part 3. We've actually been talking about interviews and how to conduct them correctly. So they're up there and they'll be in the description as well too. But now we're getting to the part where you've already brought people in, you've got the group interviews. Now what questions do you ask?
That's right. So you want to start with this on a basic level. Like, we're doing a group interview, we're going to start with this on a basic level. The very first thing that you're going to do is just review the ad all over again, right? Okay. A well-written ad is going to cut off a lot of those questions, okay? So the applicants are going to have questions, but a very well-written ad is going to cut off a lot of the questions, where they have to work, what the hours are, what the rate of pay is. You can address a lot of the regular banter back and forth interview questions in a well-written ad. They've seen it once when they applied, they saw it again when they got here, okay? Then what you're going to do in this group interview process is you're going to go through what makes you unique as a company after you review the ad, because the ad is more functional, right? Yeah. The spirit behind the company is important too. So it's going to be your problem, vision, mission, and values. And you want to have those very clearly, very succinctly written out. We talk about writing polarized values, where certain people will read those values, they'll hear those values, and they will not want to work there.
This is not for me or something, yeah.
And some of them will only want to work there.
That's
the type of response.
Actually, we have another video on that as well too, so do check that out, and I'll post that description, that link in the description as well too.
So then you're going to go through those things. And once you've given them that presentation, the first question that you're going to ask is, what questions do you have about working here? Remind you that we're in a group setting. They're all there, right?
So you're going to see who speaks up first, who takes the time to speak up, who's introverted, who's extroverted, who's just going to rattle their mouth off without thinking, right?
Generally, the inquisitive mind is the one that actually progresses in their career, right?
Correct.
So, someone who comes into that question and they don't ask they have no questions of you, they likely don't have a significant interest in this job, or they likely don't have enough wherewithal to actually learn and progress in their career. So it's a very telling thing if an applicant does not ask any questions whatsoever.
Okay.
Right? So we're asking them, what questions do you have? There's going to be, some questions will be, someone might want to clarify, a vacation or when the company got started, but there's going to be a certain amount of questions. This is a very time efficient method because, if one person has that question in the audience, chances are 2 or 3 or 4 do.
Right.
You only have to field it once, right?
Right.
So
and that's another reason why it's efficient to do group interviews, which we talked about in that video.
That's right. I mean, in our business, they have a lot of questions about progressing through the Cpa program, right? Be the same if you're hiring in a trades business. They don't know when they have to write their exams or what
as an apprentice and stuff.
That's right, what the apprentice process is like. And so they have questions because they're looking to you for your experience and what it's like going through that process.
Yeah.
They might ask about the type of work and the type of customers that you deal with.
Do you get asked questions about like progression or, because I know one of the things that you talk about as a business owner, you teach in your boot camp that we put on periodically throughout the year in person. You talk about business owners actually painting a vision and having a company that's growing to attract A players who want to know that they can also not just come in and get stuck at a plateau at a level, right?
That's right.
So do you get questions like that? Do people come in and say, Josh, can I get promoted? What's that promotion look like? What's the path look like?
You do get that, and that's not a bad question, I don't think, right? That's actually a very good question.
That's a telling sign that shows that person's maybe ambitious.
That's right.
And wants to grow. So you better have a plan as a business owner to grow and scale the business to attract those kind of A players.
That's right. It's the number one reason why someone comes to work for a company,
right,
is the ability to progress their career, right?
Right.
People think that it's pay. It's generally not pay. It's do they have the ability to progress their career? What is the work-life balance? Okay. And the other one is culture, right? So those three things all outrank pay, right? With progression being the biggest of those three things. So you better have a good answer for that, because you're going to lose the best applicants for that. That's different than the person that's saying, can I look at getting a raise after a month? That person doesn't have any ambition. They just want right now, right?
Yeah, more of a mercenary type mindset, right?
That's right? So you're looking to see, do they ask questions? That's what you're really seeing as a business owner. Do they have some questions, right?
By the way, stick on all the way to the very end of this video. We will give you the number one question you want to ask.
It's the number one question.
It's the number one question.
It's the only question.
That's just a teaser there, guys. So stick on all the way to the end.
So, you want to see that they're asking questions. They're asking good questions. You're going to see the other people in the room that they're following these questions. There are some questions where it's like they're really just looking for the here and now, and it becomes obvious with them. And there's some people, they just won't ask any questions whatsoever, right?
Right.
That's a very difficult hire. You're going to be really certain that you have the right spot on team for that sort of person.
Do you have, in your system, Josh, and maybe this is, I hope is applicable to every other business owner, but do you have any red flag questions, like, deal breaker questions? If this person asks this, immediately me and my staff, we all know, my team they know this person's not going to make a good fit.
We have like a two-person fail-safe, right? Yeah. So our goal is, even if I was doing the group interview, I might have a junior staff doing the interview with me. If either of us don't like them for any reason, they're off the table.
Okay.
I won't overrule them on that, because we also have a mechanism where they can come back to the group interview over and over again.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about losing the best applicants, because the best applicants would come back again, right?
Correct.
If they were
that is another filter itself. Yeah.
That's another filter, right? So you should be more inclined to restrict for any reason rather than should we let them in, right?
And if you have a regular interview process, you wouldn't have to worry. But people who just do one-time interviews, that's why you're stressed and desperate to bring someone on. That's and you're probably doing it, as the saying goes, you want to dig your well before you're thirsty, right? Before the drought. And so many times, if you haven't watched that other video, we got that there. We talk about conducting these interviews on a regular basis, and when you see enough people, then you're not desperate, you're not attached to the applicants that are coming in.
Yeah.
Right. So,
this might sound like we should have this whole list of questions that we have.
Yeah.
We generally try to knock out some of the perfunctory questions with a written document, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So we want them to bring to the interview a written document, telling us what was their work experience in this area, why they left their last job, what software they have used. So generally, there'll be about 5 questions that you'll have in any business. And rather than ask every applicant one by one, have them come in with that questionnaire filled out. Correct. It's another filter, yeah. Right? Because did they come with their cover letter, their resume, and those 5 questions filled out, right?
Yeah, they followed instructions and they're able to articulate in those.
Those are industry-specific questions, right? Yeah. Why you left your last job is a good one to put on that document, right?
Do you put any weight on references and stuff like that? Can we talk to your last boss, or can you get? I always think people lie on those things, so they get their best friends to help out with that.
Much less than other people, right? In fact, because we're going through a different path where we're effectively making them apply to a group interview process, right?
Yeah.
They have to show up to the group interview process on time.
Yep.
Because if they show up late, we just lock the door.
Yeah.
They have to show up with the proper documentation brought. So they have to have the resume, the cover letter, the 5 questions filled out, right? They have to bring that in writing.
Yeah.
So a lot of times they'll come without it, and they might sit through the interview, but they're dead to us as soon as they said they didn't have that printed out. And then we say, can we email it after? I say, sure, you can email it after.
And come back to the next interview.
And come back to the next interview. It's not going to matter at this point. There's no chance of you getting to the next round.
Yeah.
And then we're bringing them in for a shadow day.
Yeah.
And in that shadow day, we have a skills test, right?
Right.
Maybe after all of that, maybe we're going to call a reference, or maybe we're strong enough just as it is, right?
Right.
But it's such a small percentage of what we're doing, where other people, it's their be-all, end-all. And you're right, you just could be their friend on the other end of the line. So they wrote a fictitious resume and had one of their friends answer, and this is what you're going to hire them based off of.
Yeah, that's really dangerous. So in these video series, what we always do is Josh gives you, the business owner, the entrepreneur, very actionable items. The key to this is about implementation. Success loves speed. So your action item, Josh, what is the assignment after this video? What is that one question that the business owner should ask all candidates or applicants coming through their business? What is that one question that they should ask?
The one question.
Yes.
And you prepare them for this, right?
Right.
I'll even tell them at the beginning of the question, beginning of the interview when we're setting up. It's like, I'm only going to ask you one question. Okay. The question I'm going to ask you is, why do you want to work here? And I'm not asking you why you want to be an accountant, why you want to be a plumber, why you want to be a dentist, why you want to be an office assistant.
Yeah.
Not asking you any of that.
Programmer. Yeah.
I'm asking you why you want to work here.
Okay.
And I'll tell them that at the beginning of the interview. And then we go through everything, the whole thing. We've reviewed the ad, we've reviewed the problem, vision, mission, and value. We let every person in the room ask the questions that they have about the job, right? Then we ask them the question. I'm asking you, why do you want to work here? Not why you want to be X.
Yeah.
Okay? Do you know what 9 out of 10 people in the room will answer?
No.
They will answer why they want to do job X, not why they want to work at this particular company. Right.
Okay.
And that's why if I could have, I could do it, you could do it.
Yeah.
Mina, our cameraman, she could do it. You would all pick the same one because one person is going to look you straight in the eye. They're going to remember that problem, vision, mission, and values, and they're going to say, I want to work here because you guys do this, this, and this, and that aligns with me.
Yeah, you guys solve this problem. You help these type of people, and I want to do that.
You can use this in any industry. It's going to be a technical industry, a brute force industry. It's going to be the same answer. One person is going to tell you why they want to work at this business as opposed to why they want this type of job, right?
Okay.
That's the person you want to bring in. That's the person that gets to the next level.
Why is that important, though?
Well, the other people, they just want a job.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really care if you're working at this accounting firm or that accounting firm, or that dentist office or that dentist office, right? Or if this drywaller pays them $1 an hour more, that they're going to go over there, right?
Yeah.
There's no value in that employee. It's just a short-term employee, right? Someone who truly aligns with that person, they're thinking, future steps. This is a long-term investment. They're thinking, this is a unique opportunity, and I should give it a unique effort.
Okay.
That's the person that you want to bring on.
And so that's the person you call back for the shadow day.
That's the person that calls back for the shadow day, right? And we're telling you this now, and we put this in previous videos, and we tell them at the beginning. You would be absolutely shocked at how many people will still tell you why they want that job
rather
or work
than why
in that particular industry.
Yeah.
Rather than why they want to work for this company.
Correct.
Because that's the only thing that matters to you as a business owner. Not that they want to work in that industry, because there's other competitors in your industry.
Yeah.
You want someone who wants to work for you.
So, Josh, you put out a lot of social media content, and if someone saw your videos and they came to your interview and said, Josh, I just kind of like you. I checked you out before coming here, and I just think you're a cool boss. I think you're a cool business owner. A little bit of brown nosing there a bit, but does that get them to the position?
Usually they'll have to articulate it a little bit better, right?
Okay.
So usually if they truly have consumed the content. You'll see a lot of applicants. Some of them come in, they remember a video that you did 4 years ago better than you remember it yourself, right? So having that content out there as a business owner, it really does help get the right applicants on the bus in the first place, because it provides a filter, right? Yeah. It's attracting the right people.
And it's a whole topic for another day. We'll tell you more. If you want to know more about that, you can ask us questions in the comments below. Josh actually is a business consultant, works with business owners, and encourages them highly to put out video content talking about their mission, their vision, what they're all about, because it helps in your interview process. Your applicants may actually be watching those videos, and you can use that as a test. So Josh, with that, Is there any final passing words or anything, any action items you want them to do? If not, we can move on to the next video.
You got to get your group interview scheduled.
Yep.
You got to get your ad launched that people are coming to this group interview.
Yep.
Get your problem, vision, mission, and values
Very clear.
done, clear, ready to read them out when someone comes in. And then you just start asking them, why do you want to work here?
That one question. All right. If you enjoyed this video, let us know in the comments below. Ask us further questions, and we'll see you in the next video.